Welcome everybody to the inaugural episode of Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. I'm Robert Sarazin Blake. This is the Kitchen Table. David Pender Lofgren is our producer off to the side. He's also the bowron player in the band. But tonight he's doing all technical duties because it's a lot of work to put this together here. So we hope you're with us. We hope you enjoy the show today. It's going to be a 2-hour show. We have a special guest, the Mammals, who are coming to us live straight from their kitchen table all the way over there in West Hurley on the Ashokan Reservoir in upstate New York. Before we get into the music, I thought we'd light a few candles here. We are in a very, very strange time. I have 3 candles here behind me. We're going to light one for all the people we've lost. We've lost 2, maybe 3 people in Bellingham, and you've probably lost a few in your town too. Well, and we're going to light a candle for everybody who's lost their job, who's suffering loss of one or another. This candle goes for you. And we'll light a candle for all that we're grateful for. There's still a lot good in this world and a lot to be hopeful for the future. So there's our 3rd candle. This one needs a little extra juice. We hope it makes it. In Seattle, they're building a field hospital, 200 beds. And it's something we never thought we'd have to do. And it's amazing to see what we can do when we put our hands together to build something. And that's what the song is about. It's called Bridges. Uh-oh, the candle's out. The candle for the ones we've lost has gone out. This is a bad omen. We must take the moment to make sure the candle goes here. So, live TV, it's going to be all right. Now you're watching a live broadcast of a man lighting a candle. And I'm sure it's fascinating. There we go. So again, this one goes out to everybody down there building a field hospital just north of Seattle. I'm mobbed by bridges that fill me with wonder. Fill me with awe, but don't neglect the grandeur. Hands pour the pilots, smooth concrete. Lifted the stones, played out the vision of the eyes at the desk, pencil in hand, cup of coffee, paper and calculation, architect with the plans, artist with the design, engineer with equations, men and women of desire. Politicians pass legislation, flooding bills, the ways and means. Tax collector collected, clerk carried the one, voted in the right pile, we paid the bill in April, and put it off, the addition, didn't have the money, maybe next year, so we could all get somewhere else, other end of the valley, across the Russian River, Lake Pontchartrain, fjords and fields, redwood trees, piers out in the ocean, ships across seas, and it's rain we might not notice. If the radio's strong, we might not see. Just take it for granted, all that's expanded, all the hands it took to get to the other side. I'm on my bridges. Thank you very much there. I'm going to play 2 and then we're just going to see what's happening out there with all of you. See who's tuning in. We did a show last Saturday. We did a show for St. Patrick's Day. We had so much fun that we decided we're going to keep doing it. We're going to do a weekly broadcast. Wake in the half-light, the birds sing, summertime. Only April, over your shoulder, you had to mine. It all disappeared. It all disappeared. More to moonlight, hanging on. Sheet on your hip, it slipped into the day and gone. It all disappeared. It all disappeared. But now we know if we go slow, clock is a race, get left behind. And if there's a breeze on old spring morning, birds in your warmth, twine with mine, I'll take it, keep it. When a murder dark days eats down our gaze, we'll replace it with some making it all disappear, making it all disappear, making it all disappear. Wake in the half-light, and the birds singing summertime. A couple new ones there. They'll be on the new record whenever the new record is able to be made. Started the new record in New York, but it's going to be a while till I can get back to New York, so we'll see. David, is anybody listening out there, and where are they listening from? Do we know?
Yeah, we got, let's see. Clay Fried says, "Hi Robert, Jessica's in Wyoming. I am Y-O-Me-O-Maya."
Jessica's in Wyoming.
We got Blair Mosner Feltham joining from Baby Bath Time in Wisconsin.
Blair, nice to see you.
Rebecca Glennon says hi from Ireland. Ward Hopkins says, hi Robert, Bremen family tuning in.
All right, we got some people staying up late. My friends in Bremen said they would tune in, but the problem is it's very late there. It's 1 in the morning, and they said they would be drinking red wine. They said they'd be red wine pros by the time that the show finally came on. All right, we're going to do another new one then, and then we'll see if somebody has something they want to hear. If you want to hear something, type it in there, and we'll see what we can do. This is time of year. This is my first year in 5 years not being in Bremen. I miss my friends in Bremen. Sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I believe it. Choice is long mulled over questioned. Brought us to these mornings was no map, but we followed the road signs. Internal, nocturnal. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sunsets so early some nights. I used to view it as an invitation. Now I'm resigned. It's just an early ending. It's not that I won't make it through. Still got plenty I want to do. I'll push through it and all the flying. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. But I don't even know who lives here. I don't know who bought this last 6-pack of beer. And I don't even know who drank it. I don't know who's drinking it now. There's a beautiful field, a land that is fair. I'll push the happy land into you. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sometimes I kind of like the voice on the other end of the line, help me out from a call center. It's like they've become a good friend of mine. I think they kind of like me, it's true. And I feel like it's new. Oh, I feel like the feeling it too. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I really feel it. We got to chatting when we did this before. We got to chatting about the fact that people are spending a bit more time. A lot more people are always at home, which are not used to being at home, which means they're going to get various projects done that they don't usually done. Projects perhaps they've intended to get to for a long time. We got to talking about it, and there was a comment even on the page. I said, everybody now is going to have a chance to clean out their sock drawer. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, you have socks in there you haven't worn in years. You have socks that you had in your old apartment in that drawer that you didn't even wear then, nor in the apartment you lived in before then. And they're still in the drawer. You're carrying them around. It's time to clean out the sock drawer. And my question to anybody watching, did anybody this past week clean out your sock drawer? If you did, we would like you to take a photo of your sock drawer and post it there so we can be inspired ourselves to get to do these things we intend to do. On that note, we have these little libraries in our neighborhood. You walk around, maybe you have them in your neighborhood. You walk around and, there's this little box and there's books in there. You take books out. Of course, you can't do that anymore because we're not touching anything anymore. And so we have to read what's on our shelves. So luckily, I think a lot of you like me have books on your shelves that you've had for a very long time. And I have a book here. I got this book from one of those little neighborhood library boxes. And I don't know what I was thinking. I know what I read. I know what's likely for me to read. And then there's other times I must have been thinking, I'm a guy who's interested in things. So I'm going to pick up this long historical nonfiction piece about the Panama Canal. That's right. That's what we have here. We have The Path Between the Seas by David McCullough. I picked this up. I thought that I was going to become the kind of guy who reads long historical nonfiction. The Creation of the Panama Canal, 1870 to 1914. Simon and Schuster published this. It's dedicated to Rosalie Barnes McCullough. And, there's a preface, and that's followed by book 1, The Vision, chapter 1, The Threshold. I've not touched this book, but now that I can only read books that are in my house, the challenge to myself, by next week I'm going to read the first chapter, Threshold, of Between the Path and the Seas. And the challenge to you this week, the listener out there, the viewer out there, is to find a book on your shelf that you told yourself you would read, but there's been not even the hint of interest in yet thus far, and get to that. So perhaps you could even post a photo of the book that you are going to read that you haven't been reading, and then a little accountability here. We can help each other with our goals. David, do we have any requests out there?
Oh, let's see. Linda Phillips, joining from NYC, would love to hear Rock and Roll Dream.
All right, let's just do it. I never thought that my rock and roll dream would include turning my one-bedroom apartment into a television studio and turning my band drummer into a tech guy, but that's where we've landed today. So everybody out there, put your hands together for David Penderloff running the tech. Next week we're hoping to get our ship rolling so that he can do some music and some tech. We reduced the band because we are social distancing. We are celebrating the social distance. We're taking this time as an opportunity to do things that we don't usually do things in ways we wouldn't usually do them. We're taking this opportunity to do a lot more cooking at home. We've often said to ourselves, I shouldn't be going out to eat so much. I really shouldn't be going out to eat so often. Well, now you're not. Now you're not. You're cooking at home. You're figuring out that if you buy 2 heads of broccoli and you live by yourself, they're going to last a while. They're going to last a while. You don't need to have 7 heads of broccoli for the week. 2 will do. And it starts out with a poster. Bob Marley and a spliff. You get a guitar when you get older. You start building your own myth. When the band pulled into Cleveland, they were exhausted from the heat. And a wreck off the highway, biggest mess you'd ever seen. The bass player met a girl in Toledo the night the drummer broke his hand. The fiddle player was pretty convinced that she was gonna quit the band. The basement show went off that night and nearly brought the whole house down. There's no pride like the pride in the eyes of those who make it in the underground. When they look like a bunch of failures, unemployed, broken mean. Those with a quick eye could tell they were living the rock and roll dream. And it starts out with a poster. Bob Marley and a split. And it starts out with a poster. John Lennon wearing shades. Get a get when you get older. Who even cares about getting paid? Pensacola, Florida, see the dark blue sea. The Yukon down to Texas, then back home to the Jamboree. slept in cars, played in bars, woke up in the snow. A voice like a whip thrashing me, get on down that road. I know what to say about the cat and curiosity. But I don't drink milk, I drink beer. I'm a man in love with a rock and roll dream. He was a bachelor when he met her. There was no match for her. He ran around and left her. Love was not what he was after. Didn't want to leave a wife at home, ruin her life as well. Fire in the hearth and baby on the rug goes to show you never can tell. Men have left the Alps, going to California too. Hello is easy, goodbye is hard, unless you love the blues. This ain't my first rodeo, Bill Davis on the jukebox keys. No mistake, I'm not gonna break, gonna stay in this rock and roll train. Sitting around Boundary Bay on a Tuesday night. The bands are back from battle, swapping stories of the fight. The band broke down, we didn't make any money. No one came to the show. The old guys got the same old stories. The young guys always glow. The band in the corner, they play here every week. The drummer gets so drunk that he can't play or when we break into the chorus, we all sing along, cause we all know what it means. We all just want another chance to have a rock and roll dream. And it starts out with a poster. Bob Marley and the Split, you know the one. You get guitar, lots of guitars as you get older. You're hanging on to that old me. Rock and roll dream. Thank you very much for the request. That gets me thinking about New York. That was Linda from New York. Wanted rock and roll dream. Linda Phillips, I believe. He said, hello Linda, thanks for the request. I talked to my good buddy Jefferson Hamer. We're going to get him on the show. What we're going to do is have different guests every week. So I'm going to play a little while longer. Then we're going to have my good friends Mike and Ruthy, also known as the Mammals, coming on. And hopefully down the way we'll get some other guests on here and we'll talk to Jefferson Hamer. He's in Brooklyn. This one goes out to all my friends and even the people I don't know, but I would love to be friends with in New York City in close quarters. We're here in Bellingham, Washington, the most northwest corner of the most northwest city of the most northwest state in the lower 48. We have a little room to spread out, so my heart goes out to anybody in cramped quarters. San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York City. Of course, the rest of the time you have a lot more fun than we do. So let's just keep that in perspective. That last tune I mentioned that getting paid. Yes. Your donations are more than welcome at the places above my head or below my knees. There's places you go to make a donation. And of course, if you don't have the bread, don't send us bread you don't have. You can only give what you have. You cannot give what you don't have. We want you hanging out with us on our weekly broadcast more than we want your bread, but we also need a little bit of bread because we need to go buy a little bread with the bread you put in the pot for supper. called ourselves broke. They ordered another. Booking agents had already booked up our summer. All we had to do was write another Darlene Hummer. And our winter in New York, our winter in New York. Jam. Jam sessions were packed, and the after parties after. Scoresby was backed by bottles of lager. Everyone was trying to write the song that everyone would cover. Cutting the grass of Caleb Clowder. And our winter in New York, our winter in New York. But we were still sleeping in the same bed. About politics, too boring to bother. The news gave us no clues, it was not what we were after. We were all wrapped up in writing songs about each other. In our winter in New York, our winter in New York. And everyone was in love, the cold air killed the blues. Everyone went home with someone, Mike and Ruthy went home with two. And all winter in New York, all winter in New York. The sublets got let, everyone went out on tour. Some went to France, had the suit du jour. Days got warmer and the nights got shorter. Before it was all gone, it was over. All winter in New York, all winter in New York. We were fine asleep in the same bed. Thank you very much. Our winter in New York off my record called Robert Sarazin Blake. For the period of time there, I thought I needed to complicate my life. So I started using an old-fashioned abbreviation of the name Robert, R-O-B-T. I thought that was clever. I could have just gone and purchased a handgun and pointed it at my foot, but instead I decided to change my name, which as a performer, that's not a good idea. Just if anybody out there is thinking, how can I be a guy who, has a iPhone 10 taking a video of him in his living room? Well, one thing you want to know is don't change your name too often. I've changed my name way too often. So what can I say? I'm a creative being, and I have a record called R-O-B-T, Sarazin Blake. David, what is the word out there in the world? Is there any news?
Oh yeah, we've got Sarah, Fikra, Sagar, and Rebecca all watching from different parts of Mullingar.
Nice. We got Mullingar covered tonight.
We've got a bunch of requests, including Adam would like to hear In Different Ways Goodbye, Jim would like to hear India or Spain, and Philip would like to hear The Party Never Ends.
The party never ends. That's certainly a spirit I'd like to exude, but I'm not sure I have a song by it. Oh, The Road Goes On Forever and The Party Never Ends by Robert O'Keefe.
Just give me sad songs about crime and violence.
Yeah, we're going to let Robert O'Keefe do that on his live show, which is probably going on right now at the same time. It's hard to say. I've made a decision that I will only do songs that I've written or songs by friends of mine who I assume give me their permission. So I'll get to a request in a minute, but that has put me down a road to do a song by my good buddy Louis Ledford, originally from Richmond, Virginia. Now he lives here with us in the most northwest quarter, the most northwest city, the most northwest state, lower 48, Bellingham, Washington. And he's going to be doing. Well, just take this when the opportunity comes. Take it. That's my message to myself right now. I want to let people know when other people are doing these shows. So Louis Ledford is doing a show Friday, March 27th. He's doing a double header. He's doing a show at noon and a show at 7. And my good buddy John Elliott in San Francisco is going to do a show 11 a.m. every Monday. We'll start off here with a Louis Ledford song. Got the car all packed up, full of gas. The money in my pocket should be enough to last, at least until we get there. Then we'll have to see. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so free. Cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window to the light that creeps over the rooftop. Soon the sun will shine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. For 11 years I told the line. Every morning, right on time. How could this happen? How could they say thank you very much? Now go away. Cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window through the lights that creep over the rooftop. So the sun will shine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. Made my way back through this empty room. Fought off every memory I bumped into. Don't cry, sugar, it'll be alright. Just grab it, baby, turn out the lights. Cup of strong black coffee, wipe away the sleep. Looking out the kitchen window through the lights that creep over the rooftop. Soon the sun will shine. Never felt so lonesome, never felt so fine. Never felt so lonesome. What I'm wondering is, has anybody pledged to read something on the shelf that's been sitting there for a long time? Anybody get any feedback on that?
We got a bunch of people that apparently have read all or part of the Panama Canal book.
No kidding! I'm just very suspicious about that. Part, Brad. Well, I'm going to read part by next week. Any socks? Any sock drawer posts?
Yeah, hold on.
Alright, we got some sock drawers. Somebody did it. Somebody cleaned out their sock drawer.
Well, no. Brittany Lindgren said no sock drawer yet, but took everything out of my fridge and cleaned it all inside and out and reorganized the whole thing.
Britt, we want before and after photos. We need proof of this. You can't just be telling us this. We need some photos here. Let's see a photo. Show everybody just what a refrigerator can look like. Anybody listening to us from the Middle West?
We got one from Wisconsin, but I need to find it.
One from Wisconsin, that's right, that's Blair listening from Wisconsin. We got
Hello from Cincinnati, Faith Maynard.
Faith, it's been way too long. Are you all right? It's been a long time. Used to play in Faith's basement. Lewis and I once did a gig in Faith's basement. I did a number of gigs in the basement. I've just done a number of gigs in basements. I've spent a lot of my life. I'm in a half basement at the moment. I would love to get upstairs, but it doesn't seem to be my path. This song is from the Great Lakes state of Michigan. I had a gig in the city of Detroit, Rock City, but this is before mobile phones and before information was everywhere at all times. If this sort of pandemic had happened, then there would be no live streaming, that we would just be sitting home reading books such as The Path Between the Seas. So now we can stream ourselves in our home studios. And I had a gig in the city of Detroit, but I got a message that the gig had been canceled. No, the gig was originally in Ann Arbor, but then I was told that the gig had been moved to Detroit. The bar was called Jacoby's. And I did what any reasonable person would do. You know, I had a map. I didn't have any mobile phone to tell me where to go. But there was a time when there were highway signs and they told you where to go. And I do worry now that everybody is running around using their phones for navigation. Will we as a society stop making road signs because we figure everybody just has the navigation in their phones? I hope not, because I love the road signs. The road signs tell you where you need to go. At this point in my life, I just follow the road signs. If you're going to Detroit, take the downtown Detroit exit. I took the downtown Detroit exit. And if you're looking for a bar, you just do the same kind of thing you might do if you're looking for a tennis court. If you're looking for a tennis court, you look for a person with a tennis racket. If you're looking for a bar, you just look around for somebody who is visibly drunk in the afternoon, and they will probably know where the bar is. So I did that. I found somebody who was visibly drunk. I said, I'm looking for a bar called Jacoby's. Could you tell me where that is? He said, I don't know. Well, there's a bar right there. This person did not have a speech impediment. They were loaded. They were knocked out. They were blotto. They were deep into their cups. Once again, he said, there's a bar right there. There's a bar right there. And I went into that bar right there. It was the afternoon. And 2 o'clock in the afternoon, there were 8 construction workers starting to drink fairly seriously, and 2 women serving the drinks. And I said, I'm looking for a bar called Jacoby's. Could you tell me where that is? They said, yes, we know where that is, but this is a bar as well. Would you like a drink? Now that is a question that is generally an answer that I have to, and I followed the general answer to that question, and I had a drink, and there was a good scene there in that bar in the city of Detroit in the afternoon with these construction workers. So they were buying drinks, and instead of tipping all the drinks, they were buying shots of Jameson for the women serving the drinks. And at one point, the bartender pulled down her trousers down a bit and revealed the word Detroit here. And she says, that way if I die on vacation, they'll know where to send my ass home. I'm trying to tell you we were having a pretty good time that afternoon in the city of Detroit. Eventually, I had to leave that good time and go play my gig over at Jacoby's, which is sort of a scene. It was a scene. It's very cold there in the Great Lakes state of Michigan. It's very cold. I call this somewhat jokingly a socialist utopia bar, because there were 2 different scenes under the same roof having a very good time, living together peacefully, although not intermingling all that much. Downstairs was what I call the white baseball cap meathead fraternity bar, listening to top 40 jukebox. Upstairs was the punk rock bar, heavy loud music, open stairway between the 2 places, the top 40 going upstairs, the punk rock coming downstairs. Everything was in balance, everything was peaceful, everybody was having a good time under the same roof, staying warm, enjoying themselves in the city of Detroit. Until the folk singer got up to open up the show for the punk rock bands and gets to the quiet line in the song, the line that pulls the song together, the line that on a good night pulls the room together and reminds us why we're human and why we're alive. Well, let me tell you, when I got to a line that might have had a chance of doing some percentage of that lofty goal, Sue Studio or Pour Some Sugar on Me would come drafting up the stairs into the bar where I was playing and drown out whatever I was trying to do. And that is why I went back to the first bar for the rest of the evening. And this is the story of the rest of the night. Nearly done, the bar nearly empty, the crowd's come and gone. Bar staff gets friendly, shots behind counters. Orders need, be the curtains are drawn. He's coming up on 3, the band and piano. Begs mercy, mercy, somebody's friend. Or else he ought to be around the south. It all gets foggy, we won't see much clearly. Soon in our memory. Racket is good. Now my friends in Mullingar know what I'm talking about, but for the rest of you, just so you don't worry that I've fallen into bad habits here. I'm not talking about C-R-A-C-K, I'm talking about C-R-A-I-C. The crack, the Irish crack. It's not me, it's not you. The crack is what's between us, and I'm having great crack with you right now, right here from my little screen to your little screen. We are having great crack. The crack is good. Everyone's laughing, there's someone by. The piano man dancing, a girl in dark hair. Oh, it's enchanting, I don't know her name. Maybe it's Nancy. Sean says, could you play Nat King Cole? Kicks all 66 is all that he knows. We sing along, blurring the town's names outside the snow, the places the rain. Bundles of gold, you know the barmaids don't clean. We must move on. She needs new scenery, too cold for the lawn. Off to a gallery, someone knows someone, something like family. On the record is a band, I think it's Tortoise. Watch the paintings, the sculptures, the portraits. All made rolls and joints, they're passed around. She's off of work, going to town. Someone thinks they see the lights of the police. But there's a plug-in heater on. Last of some whiskey and brightens the tongue. Warms cold cheeks outside for a cigarette. Now we're kissing like you do when it's new, and you don't mind if something's missing. And back inside the party's fading, the record is skipping. Somebody's snoring, a mattress, 2 blankets, 6 of us sharing. Somebody go push the heater near in. All the room with the window is starting to get bright. If we don't go in there, it'll still be night. Someone walks in, starts to paint and shout. We ask him for beer, he kicks us out. Detroit. I wanna go back to Detroit. Thank you very much. I bet we're getting close to the 9 o'clock hour. How are we doing?
Yeah, we're 15 minutes out.
Okay, that's good because I did want to talk about this. Okay, we're running out of hand sanitizer. You can't buy Clorox wipes. We're all trying to do the best we can. And there's lots of bad information out there, okay, about what does work and what doesn't work. And I'm not the brightest tack, okay? There's things I can do. There's things I cannot do. But I try. So I just want to show you something. I bought a budget bottle of vodka because somebody told me this would work. It doesn't work. Okay, I just want to let people know that. This does not work for what I intended it to work for. However, if anyone out there has some tomato juice that you could bring over, there is another purpose we could put this to. But I just want to let everybody know that is not going to do the trick when it comes time to wash your hands of the COVID. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. I don't think we're going to do it in different ways. Goodbye. Oh, maybe we are. No, I don't know. What else was on their quest? We'll get to it when I see you. When I come to your town, it's hard to do that one just for a mobile phone. You know what I'm talking about?
Joe Robin would like to hear "In Your Attic Room."
Okay.
We've got some more, but I gotta find it.
It's so cool how many people I haven't seen in a long time. I'm seeing you now, so thanks for tuning in. That's nice. I bet your kid is an adult now. I mean, teenager. He was just a little kid last time I saw him. We'll do Up in Your Attic Room off of my record called A Crowd of Drunken Lovers. Going out to my friends in Mullingar who are allowed to be drunk at this hour, my friends in New York who are allowed to be heading that direction, and my friends right here in Bellingham who are just at happy hour time. I remember holding you. I remember you dancing as I strummed your shitty souvenir guitar. Creeping out of your dress, I was burning with desire. In your kitchen, it was August. We were cleaning up from breakfast, and I was lingering. Will I be able to do this? We shall see. The chords abandoned me there. It's been a while since I played this song. The chords just abandoned me. Just looking at that budget vodka, and my brain went sideways. I'm not going to do it. Tried it. Sorry about that. We'll do something I know now and something I don't know later. Then we're going to have my friends. I'll do one more, then we're going to have my friends all the way from West Hurley, New York, join in after this next song here. Also starts in the key of D minor. Turn the lights low, feeling lost. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I pour the kettle on upside down. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. Close my eyes. I close my eyes. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. Listen to you sing. My head home, my eyes sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. Outside the window, I saw stars. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. Open the door, fell into the night. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I listen to you sing. I come from the most northwest corner, most northwest city, most northwest state in the lower 48, Bellingham, Washington. But I moved to the East Coast to see what things were doing over there. And moved there in the fall of '01. And I went up to New York, played a gig. It wasn't a gig to call it. I wanted to get a gig. The way you got the gig at the Sidewalk Cafe was by playing the open mic. So I played the open mic at the Sidewalk Cafe, I believe on Avenue A, 6th and Avenue A in New York City. I played the open mic, got the gig, and then once you got the gig, the responsibility. Now let me just tell you a little something about that open mic. I came from Bellingham. I'd been to a few open mics. You know, you showed up and played your songs. Well, at the open mic in New York City, 50 to 60 people were turning up to play in this open mic. So you got there and you were given a number and you hoped to get a number under 20. If you got a number under 20, you stood a chance of playing before midnight. But you might get a higher number and you might hang out all night. The trick was, well, my trick was between 7 and 8 o'clock, it was happy hour. At 8 o'clock, full price drinks. So I would get there at 7:30. They drew the numbers at 8 o'clock. I get there at 7:30 and order 2 beers, of which I got served 4. And then I could nurse what turned out to be very warm Yingling lagers throughout the rest of the evening for the budget operator that I am. And I did get the gig. When you get the gig, you're expected to keep coming to the open mic to let people know about your gig. And I did that. And also that night there was this duo at the time performing as Ruth Unger and Mike Miranda. This was before they were Mike and Ruthy, before they were the Mammals. We met in New York City. We both were doing the same thing. We were promoting our gig for Tuesday by playing at the Monday open mic 20 years ago, and we're still friends. I love them very much, and they're going to pipe into you now, straight from their kitchen table. You're watching Robert Sarazin Blake from the kitchen table. Now we're going to go to Mike and Ruthy from their kitchen table. I'll see you in a few minutes. And Ruthy from their kitchen table. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Are we coming from New York? Cats and Mammals.
And Ruthy from their kitchen
The
table. I'll
Bellingham.
see you in a few minutes.
What to say there, Willie? Everything but the sound, says Clay Free.
Okay. Let's see.
New York. Cats and Mammals.
Sound seems to be on.
And Ruthy from their kitchen
The
table. I'll see
Bellingham.
you in a few minutes.
What to say there, Willie? Everything but the sound. Got it now, says Clay Free.
Okay.
Hey, folks. Thanks, Clay.
Let's see.
Cats and Mammals.
Sound seems to be on.
Down on that The Bellingham.
Oh wow. Big screen's away.
Hey, don't look at that screen.
Alright, hey folks. We're here in West Hurley, New York. And we're at the kitchen table.
Free.
Been enjoying ramen.
Next place.
Let's see. Cool.
I think you just told the story of how we met at the Anti-Booth on Avenue A in New York City.
Oh man, if I'd known he was gonna tell that story, I would have pulled out that box of pictures from 1999 and such.
You have pictures from that night?
I might have a picture. I'll go get the box later when we're not about to sing a song. Should we sing that New York City song?
Yeah. It's a Woody Guthrie song he wrote on Mermaid Avenue on Coney Island. And we finished it probably right here at this kitchen table.
Yeah.
What are you singing?
Right. I'm riding on this western train this gray rainy day. I'm looking out my window at a sight so fair to see. I've walked the road in rain and sun, the Brooklyn Bronx and Queens, seen a billion gentlemen faces that have looked out to me. Ride my subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk a beach sand and our blades of green grass. My New York City is the town where I found you. I can see our black roof house top shining out in the rain. I can see our concrete highway running down to the sun. And I see your face there shining where the kids play in the streets. And a billion jillion windows that are New York down to ride my subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk a sand and on blades of green grass. My New York City is the town that I found you. No matter where this train rolls, I look out my window glass. Your eyes shine in my tree leaves and my buildings that I pass. And I give my favorite fortune up to hold your hand today. Go a billion jillion places in New York town. Ride my subway train from here to heaven. Ride my ferry boat up my muddy river. Walk a beach sand and on blades of green grass. My New York City is the town where I found you. My New York City is the town where I found you. My New York City is the town where I found you. Where I found you. Where folks.
That was nice for us. I don't know how that was in the world. Some people saying it's not synced. That's okay.
Yeah.
Music's for listening to, not really for watching anyway. Right?
I'm gonna peel a clementine. Hope this is in sync. No, seriously, actually,
The Clementine in real time.
yeah, we've been editing some videos lately, and it is fun when you can, you know, when you have a shot of your drummer's foot on the kick drum pedal and it doesn't go boom, boom the wrong way. It's very satisfying.
Is that Willie?
Um,
Someone from Oregon's watching.
all right.
Hello, New York from Oregon.
Hello.
Hey, John.
You know, speaking
Thanks,
of
Willie.
New York to Oregon, where's that thing? Okay, so we just sang that song, My New York City, is a Woody Guthrie song that we set to our own music. And this here is the album cover printed in Bellingham by Carly at Bison Bookbinding. Carly and Kevin, they rock this. Carly's artwork is so cool, and I don't know if you can see it there. Let's see. I'm gonna hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were chuckling because it's like a city country looking thing, right? But if you notice, that definitely looks like New York City, but it also really looks like Pacific Northwest trees, don't you think?
Those look like Douglas firs to me. We don't have those out here.
We do not have these kind of trees so much. So I thought it's cool because it's like consolidating the whole coast to coast in one cute little art thing.
Yeah.
So am I gathering from Robert that buying a large container of cheap vodka is not as good as a large container of Clorox? That's good to know. It's good to know.
You mean it's not as effective? Is that what he was?
Well, it's more effective for making Bloody Marys, though, I think was what we were learning. So it's depending on your goals.
This is a PSA. We didn't know.
Yeah, I would have thought a bottle of cheap vodka would kill just about anything, really.
It's killed me in the past.
Or anyone.
I've risen
you know.
from the dead.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you
know.
grab this little ukulele?
Why don't I?
When we were sound checking earlier, we were goofing around with the largest instrument and the smallest one we have.
Mm.
And
Oh.
I thought we could play this tune that I just wrote this week.
Okay.
And I put it out online, asked our patrons and some friends what it should be called, and our buddy Ken Murray, who we play music with,
Did he name it?
he named it Someday Soon, because he's hoping that we all get to see each other someday soon. Let's play it.
All right, that sounds good. All right.
That's a new tune from this strange week called Someday Soon for Ken tonight. That's a couple from us, Mike and Ruthy of the Mammals from West Hurley, New York. Willie's here too. You want to say hi?
Lean in, Willie.
Where's your head? Come closer.
There he is.
Hi.
Nope. Oh, you'll be there any second. I bet you're here now. Mwah. Willie's manning the controls for us. Opal, you want to say hi too? No. Do we want to go back to Robert now and do a little swapping?
Mm-hmm.
Dave is the operator in Bellingham. We're going to try a little in the round, digital in the round around the kitchen table from ours to Robert's. Let's see if this works.
And we're back over here in Bellingham. Thank you, Mike and Ruthy. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to do one now, and then we'll go back to you. Apparently, we stretched this cable. We had to talk to a few people in Nebraska. We stretched this cable all the way from West Hurley to Bellingham, and I guess when you stretch a cable that long, sometimes the channel gets kind of weak, so that we were losing a little power, but I think we got just enough to at least have another round. I'll do one here, and then we'll go back all the way to West Hurley. This is a new song I wrote called Not Me, Us, to support the Bernie Sanders campaign. And of course, it's not actually about Bernie Sanders. It's about us. It's about the progressive cause. It's about believing that everybody deserves to have health care. Recorded in New York with Mike and Ruthy and Jefferson Hamer and The Restless Age. And there's a preview version available that you can listen to on my website with all the business. But I'm just going to have to give it to you right now like this because we are locked down. We cannot sit around the kitchen table with our friends in New York right now. So we're doing it this way. Lady in the Bay holds a promise of being free. We feel the glow of the torch when our eyes can hardly see. You weren't born to serve the master. I wasn't born to be the mule. When the law is holding us back, we together and change the rules. Our grandchildren's grandchildren will inherit the earth and sun. We'll use our 2020 vision to leave it cool for everyone. We're all the same ship, ice melting, water rising, with all hands on deck cutting carbon. I see a new sun rising, 'cause I'm born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Tax cuts go to the wealthy, food stamps cut from the poor. After 40 years of trickle down, not gonna let them trickle us anymore. Mother can't afford the medication, sisters killed in Iraq, billionaires fly to the Bahamas in a limousine jet. And still we persist, and still we persist. Still we persist, and still we persist. He can only sleep in one bed, only sit in one chair. I see too many people living on the streets. We're gonna have to help the billionaires is access to health care. Freedom is no student debt. Freedom is breakfast and dinner. Freedom is a good night's rest. Freedom's being any color, walk in every street without fear of violence, working on a dream. Freedom is clean air. Freedom is drinking clean water. We can do anything if we stick our heads together. 'Cause I'm born to win, born to win. Sunshine State to the Golden Gate, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. Not me, us. It's not all about me. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, us. No one can do it alone. Not me, us. It takes millions of people. Not me, us. To fight for justice. Not me, oh. New song. Empire State to the Volunteer State, Old Line State to the Equality State, Keystone State to the Treasure State, Show Me State to the Golden State, Great Lakes State to the Bluegrass State. Born to win, born to win. See if we get that cable going all the way back over to there to West Hurley, get them coming through the line.
We actually just requested our Born to Win.
All right, let's do it.
Are we back?
Yeah, I think so.
About to toss it to us. Linda is, she's got her finger on the pulse of our creative output.
Really?
Well, she knows that we have a song called Born to Win, as does Robert. Want to sing it?
Sure.
These are words by Woody Guthrie from a book called Born to Win. And somehow no one had gotten around to writing the music for this one either. So I did. Born to Win. Well, I've had my fun and my troubles. I've had my hard luck and blues. I've been up, down, sober and drunk. But I know that I'm not born to lose. Born to win. No, I'm born to win. It's a funny old world I'm in. I've faith to change it, like it ought to be. Born to win. You know I'm born to win. I've known women, all kinds and all colors, in every land where I've been. I've seen good people in trouble like me, and I know we're not born to lose. Born to win. You know I'm born to win. It's a funny old world I'm in. I'll fight to change it, like it ought to be. Born to win. You know I'm born to win. Take it, Ruth. Thunberg, the Sunrise Movement. They got some pretty good ideas. Stand and be counted, show up and fight, show others to not live in fear. Born to win, you know I'm born to win. It's a funny old world I am in, and I'll fight to change it like it ought to be. Born to win, you know I'm born to win. Should we sing Woody's last verse? You robbed us and beat us and bled us, worked us and paid us like slaves. I know we're all born to work and to fight and to win or go down in our graves. One more time. Born to win, you know I'm born to win. It's a funny old world I am in. It's true, and I'll fight to change it like it ought to be. Born to win, you know I'm born to win. Yeah, I'll fight to change it like it ought to be. Born to win, you know I'm born to win. Alrighty. That's for Linda. Thanks for knowing what we do. Songs aren't even recorded yet.
And yeah, that last one is recorded by Robert, the one he just sang. That was pretty cool. I had so much fun playing on that with him. And
that was only 10 days ago or something?
It's crazy. The thing is that Robert did a pretty impulsive thing, which is he got on an airplane and flew clear across the country to record a song. And yeah, it was right at the beginning for us. It was right at the beginning of like those elbow handshakes and stuff. And, you know, just kicking somebody in the boot instead of the high five or something. And he was, you know, bringing tidings from Washington of more serious stuff, which I guess is going on here. It's funny because we're secluded in our kitchen, and when your musician's about to put out a record, you know, this is pretty much exactly where we would have been, sitting here, maybe not doing this live stream right now, but we would have been sitting here planning our single coming out next week.
We do have a single coming out this week. The Mammals do.
Yes, yeah. So
it's called Radio Signal.
Should we play that?
Maybe we should.
Or we were going to do a request.
Let's do the request now, because and then we'll get to Radio Signal.
All right, if we get to do another one, we'll do that. But yeah, it's exciting to
Willie's texting people on my behalf.
Anyway, it's weird. Our business, you know, at one point they took away selling records from us, you know. They turned it into infinite streaming for free and all perpetuity in the known universe. And that was a blow to our business, you know. And now the old touring is gone too. So weird, right? Pretty weird. But we're healthy. We're home. We're safe. We hope you are too. And we're really grateful for Robert having us on here. We're in New York State.
Who would have thought that Robert Blake would be on the cutting edge of the digital wave and inviting us to his live stream with multiple cameras and operators.
It's pretty nuts. You know,
I applaud you, Robert. You've come a long way. This is a man who didn't even own a cell phone until about 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I might be a slight exaggeration, but not by much.
You know, Robert, it's gonna snow here tomorrow, which makes me think of that one time you were snowed in here. And it was Valentine's Day. And we had a few guests. And I might just leave it at that, but just say, you know, it doesn't snow in West Hurley without, you know, thinking about the old days of when we had more snow.
So much snow. And remember the spread that Robert laid out on this table? Trying to
Yeah.
to impress a lady.
Is that what he was doing? Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I didn't forget.
Somebody did actually request radio signal. Look at that.
Oh,
Clay
jeez.
Freed also has his finger on the pulse.
All right. Well, let's sing the first request first. Or should we do radio?
Let's do a radio signal.
All right,
And
all right.
James, we're going to get to your request as well. Thank you for that. What do you even play on this song? I guess you play the
I think I'll just play the singing.
ukulele? No, on radio signal.
Oh, that one. I'm sorry, guys. I do play the uke. I'm going to play this one. All right.
What is this? A harmonica?
Pretty casual vibe over here.
Feel the winds as it blows on by. And there's sure the answers in it. To those who hoist up their case, well, they're bound to get caught up in it. And I roll down the back road to my soul, looking for light like a radio signal. Looking for light like a radio signal. Till the birds up there in the air, all my cares are up there with you, and your soul is everywhere. To explain this, I cannot begin to. And I roll down the back roads of my soul, looking for light like a radio signal. Looking for light like a radio signal. There's a town down by the end of the road. There's some people trapped there in it. I guess they were never told to start a journey. It was first looking in. I roll down the back roads of my soul, looking for light like a radio signal. Looking for light like a radio signal. There's a mountain by the sea, and it's bound to fall down in it, just like you once said to me. Is a teaspoon and start thinking. I roll down the back roads of my soul, looking for light like a radio signal. Looking for light like a radio All right.
You know, I realized in the middle of that.
Rolling. Thank you, Mike and Ruthy. We're gonna do one more from here, one more from me, and then we'll go back and get some more from them. Yes, I will admit a few things. I will indeed. Mike Miranda is the reason that I have a MySpace. That's right. He was the one who said, you must do this. It will be helpful. I said, I'm not going to do that. He said, you need to do it. It was my Uncle Warner who was the one who said, you need to have a website. I said, folk singers don't have websites. That goes against our whole vibe. But eventually I got a website because Uncle Warner built one for me. And then years later I got a MySpace because Mike Miranda said I needed to get a MySpace. I held back on the mobile phone. But now, yes, I am on the cutting edge of live stream. Here I am. Because of our producer over there in the wings, David Penderlofgren, is making it all happen. It's not going to snow here, Ruthy. Gotta let you know we're done with snow. But it's been cold. It's the coldest March I can remember. It's just been chilly, but we had beautiful sun all week long. We had beautiful sun. Everybody was out catching the sun. It's easier to take the bad news of having to stay at home when it's sunny out. But it's cool because next week it's going to rain. We're going to do the things that we like to do. When it's sunny in the Pacific Northwest, you feel this guilt, like, oh, you must be out kayaking or enjoying it. And if you're not, you feel bad. But the thing is, you don't want to do those things. You want to stay home and read books and play the guitar. So when it's raining, you can actually do the things you want to do. You can actually sometimes read books you've had on your shelves for years, such as The Path to the Seas. It's David McCullough. I read a lot of historical nonfiction. It's just kind of, I don't, but I thought that I might be. We lost one of the great American songwriters last week, Eric Taylor, one of my very favorite songwriters, and I think I was channeling a bit of his vibe when I wrote this song here. Got the chance to see Eric 5 or 6 times, the Kerrville Folk Festival, and then at the Green Frog in Bellingham. He wrote a song called Deadwood, South Dakota that Nancy Griffith recorded, but he had a 50, 60 year career of touring around and playing to people in small rooms. We're playing to your small room tonight, your living room, your kitchen table. If anybody out there wants us to take a picture of themselves at their kitchen table and post it to the stream here, we'd love to see it. We'd love to see you at your kitchen table. This is my kitchen table here in Bellingham, Washington. Let me introduce you to my wife. Probably seen her before. I was a boyfriend a couple years ago. Let me introduce you to her sister, in from out of town. You might recognize her. She used to hang around. Now we're older, we feel the same. Just older. Let me introduce you to my son. Call him Jay. Kid remembers everything. Careful what you say. Says he wants to be a dancer. You should see him ball the jack. Gotta keep both eyes on the kid like that. Now we're older, feel the same. Just older. Let me introduce you to the fiddler. It's better when he's in the band. His kids are in college. Wife loves to know the man. I saw her last week raking leaves. Said, have you ever seen such a fall? She said, I'd like you to meet Todd. I said, yeah. Give you a call. Now we're older. I feel the same. Older, feel the same. Now older, feel the same. Thanks for being here with us. We're going to go back over to West Hurley, but before we do, I do want to say that we got those above my head there, above my head and below my feet, a chance for you to make a contribution there, the PayPal or the Venmo, make a contribution. We're going to do this every week, most likely on Sundays, but we're not tying ourselves down. We may be doing it on other days, but once a week we're going to come to you because we've had a good time doing it. And we've got a nice response from people. We need to make a few bucks. And we're sending these bucks over to Mike and Ruthy too. We're sharing the kitty with them tonight. And we certainly hope that when this whole thing is over and we're back on the road playing in your living room, in your kitchen table, because hey, let's not kid ourselves. That's our career, is playing in the living rooms. Oh, sometimes backyards. Sometimes the backyard. We hope that you come and see us then. And to that end, we say go to the Mammals page, go to Robert Sarazin Blake, and click that like. Because when you click that like, that means we can send you information about our upcoming engagements. So thanks for hanging with us. We'll go back to New York, and then I'll play a few more for you. We're having a good time here. We are celebrating the social distancing. What else are we doing? Oh, yeah, I wrote something else. Oh, yeah, the world goes on Sunday to New York.
Wow.
Oh, hey. I was talking about how we did meet in the city and we met Robert there, and that maybe I should get my box of photos. This one says the 90s. I don't know if you can see that, but I did find a picture. I think this is Sidewalk. I think this is Sidewalk Cafe here. Here, Willie, does that look like it's viewable there? Can you see the people?
And maybe a little closer.
Here, you hold it up. There you go. That's our good friend Carter Little playing.
Thanks, Willie.
And Mike and me back in the old days, the old Sidewalk, where
Oh, that looks good.
you would definitely want to pick an early number. Anyway, we got a request for James. So let's sing it. no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer. Oh, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possession. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. The brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, oh, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. What a cool request! I never sang that song before. I don't think I lie. I sung that song in the 8th grade. I gotta pull out a different box of photos for that.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was
there's
good.
just about no song better. That's so good. That is so good.
What should we do now?
I feel like people might want to see another photo from the big box. What do you
You
think,
can't
folks?
pull a big box into the kitchen table and
Only show one silly photo.
divulge one. Willie, would you help again?
I'll try and find one where I'm decent. Let's see. Oh, all right, Willie. Help them look at
This is
this
for the
one.
locals. Is that Joyous Lake?
That is the Joyous Lake in Woodstock. Same trio that you saw at Sidewalk a second ago.
That band was called, is that a picture of Rheingold?
It is.
Rheingold, pre-Mammals, pre-Mike and Ruthy even.
All right, how about Mike playing drums with no shirt on?
You just said you'd find one where you were decent, but you didn't say anything about me.
Is this too risky for Facebook?
No.
That is.
I think Facebook has seen men's nipples before.
All right.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's Mike.
Has Willie seen his father's young nipples before?
This is the front of the band. This is what the band looked like to the people in the front row. That's Spouse, Rockin' Brownies.
Spouse was the rock band I played drums in when I was a younger man. Hi, Jose. I miss you.
All right, we should probably play some more music. He did not have us on this show to show weird.
That's a great photo of Spouse.
It is a good photo of Spouse.
When Ruthy gets her box of photos out, it can derail.
It can.
How about we do something a little more upbeat?
All right, let's do it.
Do you want to do
OMG, you guys.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. All right. Is Randall Wallace still watching? Because if he is,
You don't get notified if somebody
right.
leaves.
This is the 4x5 that he took. You need to backlight it to see it, but maybe try and show it. That he took that with a 4x5 camera.
Oh, that's the first photo of Mike and Ruthy.
That's it. That is it.
13th Street, Manhattan.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Randall. Wow. Is this the
And
negative? What is this?
yeah, it's like
Wow.
yeah, and then this is shortly thereafter.
Oh.
That is the tarot reading that told me maybe it wasn't such a bad idea that Mike and I were together, and I should just kind of stick with it. So there we go. All right, well, that's much more than you bargained for, but when you bring in a Woodstock duo, you might see some photos of an old tarot reading. If you're stuck in your house looking at your photos, I hope you're having as much fun as I am doing that.
What
are we
about
playing?
What about Let Me Die in My Footsteps?
Oh, that sounds upbeat.
Or maybe Bright as You Can would be more
Wait,
cheery.
what was the other one?
Any requests coming in? Let's see.
Oh, well, I think Footsteps would be pretty good. Let's
Okay.
do it. It's fun. It's fun. It's a Bob Dylan song. And I believe he wrote this song when people were not being encouraged to stay in their homes, but they were encouraged to, like, build bomb shelters and stack them up and go hide in them. Or be prepared to do so. It's a slightly analogous moment.
I guess so. It speaks to resisting the impulse to give in to national hysteria and fear, although there's reasons to be respectful and cognizant of what's going on now, but also, be as present as you possibly can in this day and age.
I'll drink to that.
Let me die in my footsteps before I go down under the ground. And A or G? Let's see. Let's do G.
Okay.
Somebody tells me that death's coming round. I will
my footsteps before I go down If I had rubies and riches and crowns, by the whole world might change things around. I'd throw all the guns and the tanks in the sea. They are mistakes of the past history. Drink from the waters where the mountain streams flood. Let the smell of wildflowers flow free through my blood. Let me sleep in the meadows in the green grassy leaves. Let me walk down the highway with my brother in peace. Let me hide in my footsteps before I go down on the ground. Out in your country, where the land meets the sun, see the canyons and the craters where the waterfalls run. Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Idaho. Let every state in this union down deep in your soul. Right in your footsteps before you go down. In your footsteps before you go down.
Yeah. That's a fun Bob Dylan song that we sort of retooled. It'll be on the new record on the bonus disc only.
Bonus.
CD only. Like it's 1996, people. You gotta buy the CD to get that song, at least for a while. Let Me Die in My Footsteps. I wonder, did we just do two? Was that Imagine and Let
We
Me Die?
did. Yeah.
Let's go back to Robert.
Robert. The Blade.
My friends, Mike and Ruthy, all the way there from West Hurley. Thank you for being part of this show right here called Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. And they wanted me to be the one that announced they are starting their own series called Ruthy Out of the Box. And they will be doing that once a week, where Ruthy pulls out the box and tells various stories of her life. And they play songs and tell stories. And I know for one, I'm going to be subscribing to that channel, Ruthy Out of the Box. Because I was not able to watch and see that photo of them so long ago, and I want to know what else is in the box. Okay, I failed at this earlier, but I'm going to give it another go here. A song I recorded around the time that I met Mike and Ruthy, when we were young and our lives were in front of us and anything was possible, and we had no idea there would be a time when all the bars and restaurants were closed. I remember holding you. I remember you dancing as I strummed your souvenir guitar. Creeping out of your dress, I was burning with desire. In your kitchen, it was August. We were cleaning up from breakfast, and I was lingering. I believe you started singing, it was good. For a minute, our love was understood, but all you could sing was beautifully. And I wanted to hear Billie Holiday. Last time I saw you, you hadn't grown much older, but your eyes were distant. It was in June. Yeah, you were singing a Broadway tune, and you didn't know the words, so you scattered like the birds. Yes, you always seemed to be singing like Ella Fitzgerald, and you weren't half bad. Tuck under my arm, your shoulder turned into a hand around my waist. But I wanted to hear Billie Holiday. And up in your attic room, waiting for our love to wander back. But you're always reading William Shakespeare. You kept a volume by your bed. The stories had morals and endings, it's true. The pentameter was perfect. Rhyming was proof. He was a genius, and sure I could see it. So I kind of smiled and nodded my head. And I found it impossible that you got bored with On the Road. It said it was crap. Anyone could ramble, lots of pot and scramble. Your authors, you expected beauty. And I expected Billie Holiday. And up in your attic room, waited for our love to wander back. But all I got were cold lips and a hard bed, a tisket, a tasket on the phonograph, no arms to hold, no strength to rub my back. But it became clear to me, as you stared and yawned at me, that our time was never coming round. Oh, I was giving you Dylan, you wanted Donovan, sandpaper, you wanted cinnamon, and it was clear there was nothing left to say. You were never gonna sing Billie Holiday. You were never gonna sing Billie Holiday. You were never gonna sing Billie Holiday. Much love to Mike and Ruthy over there in West Hurley, New York. Thank you very much for hanging out on this brand new show, the first edition of Robert Sarazin Blake from the Kitchen Table. I'm Robert Sarazin Blake, and this is the Kitchen Table. We are here in the most northwest corner, the most northwest city, the most northwest state in the lower 48, and that is David Pender Lofgren, who's making this all happen. He's my bandmate, but he's willing to be my techmate. I've never had a techmate before. And we do want to say that thank you to Mike and Ruthy for joining us via Skype. They Skyped in. We used Skype. You're hearing a lot about other things. Thank you to Mike and Ruthy for Skyping in. Oh, then I did have another announcement here. I wanted to say, once again, my buddy John Elliott is doing a show Monday at 11 a.m. San Francisco time. He is sheltering in place in San Francisco. He's going to give us some songs from San Francisco, sheltering in place. And Louis Ledford on, where are we? That's right, Friday, March 27 is doing two shows, a noon show and a 7 o'clock show. And Louis wanted me to read this for you. He says, "This will be a rare audio-visual event from the legendary reclusive artist. Be sure to tune in and see Mr. Entertainment perform songs from his exhaustive catalog, including but not limited to selections from his most recent album, Actually." I think we can all agree that this falls into the category of must-see TV. Now, if you're a friend of mine, or even if you're not a friend of mine, let me know when you're doing a broadcast yourself, and I'll make the announcement on the show, because I want everybody to have a chance to, we got to spread the word, spread the love, spread the word. We got to spread the good vibes. We got people we've lost in my town. I believe it's 3 people we've lost in my town of Bellingham, Washington. We're going to be losing some people here. People are losing their jobs. There's uncertainty. Hang in there. But let's have some fun while we're at it. Let's have some humor. Let's have some hope. There's lots to be grateful for. I'm grateful that you tuned in. We're going to do this every weekend. I'm going to leave you with a song from my buddy, all the way from Cork City, Ireland. He plays every Monday night at Charlie's Bar. Hank Whittle, my buddy Hank. What I do is I travel around and I play concerts to small groups of people in small rooms. And one of the best parts of doing that is I meet people along the way. And I was there a couple of years ago in Charlie's Bar when he played this song. And about halfway through, maybe it was halfway through the song, maybe 3/4 of the way through, I realized the tear was down at the chin of my beard. Well, it's great to see you, because you thought you were dead. So you come back to life, you get out of your bed. It's great to see you. Was that your ghost? We thought you were gone, burnt toast. It's great to see you. Whisper nothing, sing softly on your ear. Try not to cut you the moment that's here. Shadow it might be, the feeling's clear. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. So it's great to see you. Are you gonna stay? Are you here for the long night? Are you leaving at the break of day? It's great to see you. Yeah, it's true. It's great to see you. It's great to be near you. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. Sing with me, everybody, from Mullingar to Phoenix, Arizona, to Los Angeles, California. Some people are over there, Blair's there, Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's all about the times we share. It's all about the times we share. We got Clay, we got Henry, we got Linda Phillips, we got Mike and Ruthy. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hang in there. I'm looking forward to seeing the photos of your sock drawer, of your refrigerator, and I'm looking forward to spending a little time with the path between the seas.